Hello students. Yesterday we have discussed about the classification of algae, and today we'll be moving on to our next, that is the bryophytes. Fine, which are also known as the amphibians of the plant kingdom, as they can live on both land as well as water. Now, this thing I've already told you now. Bryophytes are also called amphibians of the plant kingdom because these plants can live in soil but are dependent on water for sexual reproduction. Fine. Students, bryophytes includes mosses and liverworts that are found commonly growing in most shady area in the hills. So they are basically found in the moist, shady areas in the hills. Now, talking about their structure and plant body, more differentiated than algae, thallus-like, prostrate or erect, which is straight, and it is attached to the rhizoids. Fine. Rhizoids are basically root-like structure, students. Now, secondly, we have is that they lack true roots. Fine. So they don't have true roots, stems, or leaves. They may possess root-like, leaf-like, or stem-like structure, but the true leaf is, or true stem or a root is absent. Fine. So true root is absent, true stem is absent, true leaf is absent. Now the main plant body of the bryophyte is haploid. Fine. It's a haploid body, and it produces sex organs also. Now the sex organs in bryophytes, they are multicellular. Fine, which gives rise to a multicellular body. Now the male sex organ, so there are two types of organ found in the bryophytes. The first one we have is the male sex organ, that is the antheridium. Fine. So students, they are haploid, which means the male gamete will be present on one body, and similarly the female sex organ will be found in another body. Fine. So the male sex organ is called as antheridium, and they produce biflagellate antherizoids. So antherizoids are basically spores like structures, and here biflagellate means they are having two flagella. Talking about the female sex organs, which is called archegonium, it is a flask shaped and produce a single egg. Now students, coming on to their fertilization and development, we have done that what exactly the sex organs that is found in case of bryophytes. Talking about their fertilization, so we know that fertilization is only possible when there will be a fusion of male and female gamete. So the antherizoids, they are released into water, fine, where they come in contact with archegonium, which is the female sex organ, and fuses with the egg to produce a structure that is known as zygote. So simple fusion is occurring here, and zygote do not undergo reduction division immediately. Fine. So reduction division is meiosis. फाइन. तो जो एक जाइगोट बन जाएगा यहाँ पे, वो डायरेक्टली इमिडिएटली बनने के बाद रिडक्शन डिविजन में नहीं जाता. Instead, they produce a multicellular body and it is called a sporophyte. Fine. So the sporophyte is not free living, but it is basically attached to the photosynthetic gametophyte and derives nourishment from it. So this sporophyte, student, it's parasite or dependent on gametophyte. Fine. So it depends upon the gametophyte body. Some cells of the sporophyte, they undergo reduction division, which is meiosis. And what is the purpose of this meiosis or reduction division? Is to produce haploid spores. Fine. So we are having two types of division. This reduction division results in the basically haploid spores. Fine. Production of haploid spores. And these spores which are being produced now, they germinate to produce the gametophyte. Fine. Now coming on to their economic importance. Some mosses, they provide food for herbaceous mammals, birds and other animals. Species of sphagnum, a moss, it provides peat that have long been used as fuel, and because of their capacity to hold water as packing material for transshipment of living material. Mosses along with lichens are the first organism to colonize rocks and hence are of greater ecological importance. They decompose rocks, making the substrate suitable for the growth of higher plants. So what is happening? Basically, there is a substrate, final substratum to which the body is attached. So they decompose that rock so that that substrate is suitable for the growth of higher plants. Since mosses form dense mats on the soil, so they reduce the impact of falling rain, and hence they prevent soil erosion also. Now students, these bryophytes, they are divided into liverworts and mosses. Talking about liverworts, they basically grow in moist, shady habitats such as banks of streams, marshy grounds, damp soil, bark of trees, and deep in the woods. The plant body of a liverwort is thalloid. Fine, for example, the Marchantia. Marchantia is the example of liverwort, and the thallus is dorsoventrally closely pressed to the substrate. The leafy members have tiny leaf-like appendages in 2 rows on the stem-like structure. So they're having a leaf-like appendages, students. And talking about their reproduction, so asexual reproduction in liverwort takes place by fragmentation of that thalli that is present. Thallus, fine, it's a thalloid body. तो जो उसके थैलाई प्रेजेंट है उसके हेल्प से वो फ्रेगमेंटेशन होता है, सो विच इज़ अ टाइप ऑफ एसेक्सुअल रिप्रोडक्शन, और बाय द फॉर्मेशन ऑफ स्पेशलाइज्ड स्ट्रक्चर दैट इज कॉल्ड जेमी, फाइन, or the gamma. So these gametes are green multicellular. These are the buds basically, students. Fine. These are the asexual buds. Okay. Which develop in small receptacles. They are called gamma cups, which is located on that thalli. Fine. उस thalli पे gamma cups जो हैं वो locate होते हैं. These gamma they become detached from the parent body. फाइन, आफ्टर डेवलप, पूरा कंप्लीट एक डेवलप होने के बाद, मेच्योर होने के बाद, दे गेट डिटैच्ड फ्रॉम द पेरेंट बॉडी एंड जर्मिनेट to form new individual. Fine. And during sexual reproduction, so sexual reproduction also takes place in liverwort, students. The asexual one has taken place with the help of these gamma cups, and during sexual reproduction male and female organs, they are produced, fine, either on the same or on different thallus, and the sporophyte is differentiated into a foot, seta and capsule, and after meiosis division the spores are produced within the capsule. So there is a capsule like structure within which these spores are formed. So finally these spores germinate to form the free living gametophyte. Similarly we have the mosses, students. Talking about the mosses, the predominant stage of the life cycle of a moss is the gametophyte, fine, which consists of 2 stages. So here in mosses basically the main जो इनका जो predominant stage रहता है that is gametophyte, fine. So the first stage is the protonema stage which develops directly from a spore. तो जो एक spore बन गया उससे जो directly develop हुआ that is the protonema stage, student. It is a creeping green branched and frequently filamentous stage. फाइन, तो एक ग्रीन, एक बहुत ही ब्रांच्ड वे में और एक filamentous वाला स्टेज होता है which is a thread like kind of structure, and the second stage is the leafy stage, fine, which develops from the secondary protonoma. So the secondary protonoma has been formed as a lateral bud, and finally this lateral bud that has been formed, it goes to the second stage, that is the leafy stage, where it basically it has a upright slender axis bearing spirally arranged leaves, and they are attached to the soil through multicellular and branched rhizoids which are root like structures, I have already told you, and this stage bears the sex organ. Now they can reproduce vegetatively also by fragmentation and budding in the secondary protonoma. So the secondary protonoma has been formed, students, fine, that is the first stage. So basically in this secondary protonoma fragmentation and budding can take place, fine. So this is how they can reproduce. And talking about their sexual reproduction is done by the sex organs only, that is the Antheridia and Archegonia. These are the sex organs which produce the gametes, fine, at the apex of the leafy shoots. Now after fertilization that zygote develops into a sporophyte, fine, it develops into a sporophyte, as that we have already earlier also we have discussed in liver warts, and they consist of a foot, seta and capsule. Now this capsule contains spore, students, which are formed after meiosis. Fine. So meiosis division takes place inside that capsule. Now spores has been formed. Fine. So these can be these mosses have teeth-like structure and elaborate mechanism for these spores to be dispersed. Fine. So that they can give rise to a complete body again. Example we have is Funaria and Sphagnum. Fine. So these are the diagram, students. You can see here the first one we have is the, so you can see these are the gamma cups. Fine. The gamma cups. Earlier we were discussing about the gamma cup, student. This is the archaeogoniphore. Fine. And this is the antheridiophore. Fine. So this is basically the structure of female thallus. Fine. This one, students, and this one is male thallus. Fine. Similarly, this one, the third one we have is the Funaria, gametophyte and sporophyte. Okay. You can see this one is the gametophyte stage and this one is the sporophytic stage. And the last one we have is the Sphagnum gametophytic stage. I would like to zoom here so that you can understand in a better way. See the diagram? Fine. So this is the Funaria, the sporophyte and gametophytic stage. I hope the topic is clear to each one of you. Thank you.